we talk about smart?
Nonsense.
Nice, dude. Got a lot of smarts today, though. I'll tell you that.
Is it smarts? I'm brain blasted, dude. And I'm brain
Oh.
blasted not because we're building an app called Brain Blast to make SAT prep fun, but because we went back to high school, dude.
Yeah.
Just took an SAT for the first time in 10 years. 2015, 11 years. Class of
11 years,
2015.
even worse.
Took the SAT in 2014.
Right. We're not going to tell you our scores. Going to keep that right to the end. Look at that, dude.
No, they're
Look
going
at
to come
that.
out in like 2 minutes because we're going to forget.
Yeah.
But we can reveal that at the end. So why? Why?
Great question, dude.
Unless you have other preamble, like before we give away trade secrets.
I'm just stuffy. There's nothing really there for me. No, there's trade secrets right out the gate. What's the secret? Well, we're building an app, right, so that you can do well on the SAT and then any other exam in the future, because we're just building a game, and then you can just plug in whatever questions you got, whether that's SAT, ACT, AP, MCAT, LSAT, whatever it is. So,
huge list,
dude. I felt really good coming into that list because
That's an easy list. I'm always able to nail that list.
Yeah.
The professional services list.
GMAT, I could have said, I'm sure.
GMAT. GRE. GED.
Nice. No, not doing that one.
Yep.
So if you're gonna build a good game, really the key, or build good anything, the key is that you use your own product. And we've been using it. It's fun. Like, we're playing each other in little games. We've probably done maybe like 100 questions. They're kind of all the same question though, so maybe only like 20 real questions.
Yeah.
But the game, it's lacking something, particularly from us. We don't have enough skin in the game, as in we're just playing for shits, but like we're not actually trying to get into Harvard or get a really good SAT score. So it's kind of this like fugazi. We're using the product, but we don't really use it like a normal user would. So that's when I was like, hey, Belky, we should actually take the SAT with zero studying, like see if we can just play the game and get an 800 on math.
And I couldn't think of anything worse to do, to be honest.
Right.
But wait, really quick, because you said how many questions we've done in the app. I'm trying to pull up. Oh, Snuffleupagus. I'm trying to pull up the admin for the app so that I can see that I'm in first place and how many games and wins I have. But I'm not easily being able to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of anything worse in my entire life than to go pay for and sit in a stinky old library and take another one of those SATs.
Right.
Which is why we haven't for 6 months.
Yeah. And I brought it up, and you're like, I don't want to sit in a stinky library. Can we just freaking take the test without going into the stinky library?
Well, I was like, we need to, all right, if we're going to try and figure out if our app Brain Blast is actually effective, we need a baseline of where we are before studying using Brain Blast.
Right.
And I was like, I mean, what's the quickest way to get a baseline? There's plenty of practice tests online. When's the next SAT officially? In a month?
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, let's just do it tomorrow. Online.
Right. And what you want to do though
today
is
tomorrow.
Like, actual. Yeah. Yeah, we already took it 30 minutes ago. Even less, fucking 10 minutes ago. Still blasted.
Can I say really quick, just really quick, and then we'll go back for the preamble that we're currently on. The test is in 2 modules, module 1, and then based on how you do, module 2 either gets harder or easier. Dude, I fucking smoked module 1. Felt like the best to ever do it. Perfect score. It was so fun.
Well, I don't know.
Zooped in module 2. Absolutely, yeah.
Because we took the exam, and I don't know if we had like 2 modules. I think we had like 54 questions or 52 questions when we took it in paper. They're split in 2 parts, but they're the same. I don't think they changed. This one is adaptive.
Fixed.
I don't know if you knew that coming in.
I did.
Briefly did.
Because you and Krishna are always talking about that, but I never understood that.
Right.
I never took the SAT. I only took the ACT. But I
Right.
didn't the ACT or SAT, like, it was fixed, but didn't they kind of go from like easy to hard?
Within the module.
Oh,
So like both module or both parts, whatever, were the same. They just went like zero. Problem 1 is really easy. Problem 20 is really
yeah,
hard, or
yeah.
whatever it went up to. So kind of knew that coming in, but yeah, flying really blind overall. For people making an SAT game, we really didn't know much. I forget where we're going with preamble. It doesn't matter. We're taking the test. Dude, let me tell you. Fuck, I have so many nuggets. They're not really connected, but like,
Are they ever?
didn't I? Okay, this is maybe something we'll tackle in the future. I had no idea how to use the little calculator app. Couldn't figure it out.
Oh, at all?
I couldn't.
So it's Desmos now, the digital extracurricular
Oh, you actually know that.
statistical modeling operation system.
Did you bullshit that, or is that real?
Yes, sir. And of course, I don't know what it stands for. Desmos. Well, now I'm gonna have to look.
Pretty good on the fly. Operating system was
let's
a good
get
end
Krish
to that.
in here. Producer Krish. Desmos stands for. Oh, Desmos. Fucking.
Do you think anyone?
It doesn't stand for anything.
All right.
Anyway, dude. I loved it. What are you talking about? I put the graph in there. It's just immediately there. You could like slide the graph up and down if you had to translate it which we did on one of the questions.
Dude,
what?
I don't.
And then I used my phone calculator for everything else.
Well, that's fucking stupid because it's supposed to be a calculator. I couldn't use it as a calculator.
Oh, I didn't try and do that. Why would you try and do that?
I thought it was a calculator.
I think it is. But yeah, I only used it to graph.
I had a problem, and it was like, what's 3,800 divided by 4.5? Or like something like that. And it wouldn't tell me an answer. And I thought this thing's a calculator, dude. And I don't know how to graph that. I'm like, do I have to do y equals 4,800 divided by... Like, I couldn't fucking figure it out. And it kept pissing me off.
So I used my phone calculator because back in the day, we had and this is going to be very niche for a very small subset of people, but we had a TI Inspire. That was like a TV on a graphing calculator. You use that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was actually like super not Lindy because I think the TI-84 was like the calculator before that. And I'm pretty sure kids now use the TI-84. But right in between, we had like a color LCD TI Inspire.
So fire.
And so yeah, I just used my phone calculator because I figured it was less powerful than that.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to use my phone calculator either. It was all confusing.
You gotta toggle to scientific
much.
mode to get some like higher exponents and square roots and stuff.
I just remember that the Inspire was a total cheat code, and I never learned math properly because it could just do it all, and it was beautiful. But yeah, dude, that really pissed me off.
Granted, well, did you have a color Inspire or black and white?
I don't know.
Color was more expensive, so I had to have black and white.
I don't remember. I was always kind of premium economy sort of guy. So. I don't know. I could probably dig it up, but yeah. So that really pissed me off. Got to use your tools, but yeah. Bigger picture. What was really nice talking about module 1, module 2. Fuck. The first question was like, fucking x minus 15 equals 0. What's x? It was like something like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, fucking, I'm gonna crush
x minus 5 equals 20.
Yeah.
Here's something interesting. So right now, because we wanted to work on some foundational things, we eliminated all hard problems from the Brain Blast test flight. It's all easy and medium. Cool thing is, module 1 of the math SAT is like all easy into like some medium.
Yeah.
Dude, I was slugging. There were like exact questions that we've been drilling in Brain Blast. So right there, I was like, this works. And there were a few that like I didn't quite know how to do like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But because we drilled on a few, like they're very easy.
Yeah.
But just some like y equals mx plus b's, some like make the slope of this y equals mx plus b a perpendicular line. you don't. Here is my big takeaway. It was a huge confirmation bias, but like, you don't need a course or a class or a tutor to study for these tests. You need to take the test, get a bunch of questions wrong. Yeah. Well, we're saving our scores for the end. Get a bunch of questions wrong, read the explanations, which 11, which I did. I read the explanations, learned like a couple obscure formulas and like parabolic and discriminant things I didn't quite know. And now like I'm ready to go back in it again. Dude, that's my big takeaway.
Fuck, dude.
And that was the confirmation bias.
I didn't even get by module 1 yet.
Well, we're gonna go back. You want a high school PTSD, dude?
Yeah.
That. You remember that?
Oh, I see a little rectangular prism at the bottom, dude.
Oh, that question fucked me up.
Yeah.
Only because I was running out of time. We were gluing 2 rectangular prisms together, and I was running out of time.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, that's one big thing. Is time management is quite an animal, and also there's like a skill to bookmarking. I realized because every bookmark is made equal. Like sometimes I'd bookmark just if I was like pretty sure. I was like 80% sure, but I wasn't 100%. And then I realized later I just got a bookmark when I'm like, I don't even know the answer at all, basically.
Or like futureadmit.com. You can enroll in Future Admit. These are tricks I've learned from doing Future Admit shorts. But yeah, like if you don't immediately kind of know how to do a hard problem, just flag it, move on, get a bunch of others right. Krishna always says, I always say, because I do the shorts, like you don't want to let one hard problem get in the way of getting 5 easier ones correct.
Right.
So you just got flag and move, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see our YouTube channel, us talking about like tips and stuff like that. But then the game actually drills the problems, the like higher level strategy. I don't know if we'd even include in the game at all. But definitely the YouTube, we could talk about it. But yeah, so that was a big thing. It was just like different skills I didn't imagine. There was like calculator skills, there was bookmarking skills, and then
It's just funny because the only skill that matters is the math skill.
Oh, like, the math skill.
You just got to know how to do the math.
Well,
you're getting tricked with Desmos and the bookmark functionality.
Dude, I was freaking the fuck out. I'm like, because I've been studying design, and I'm like, how do you design a calculator that can't calculate? Like that's so fucking stupid. And I'm taking out my phone, and dude, the phone calculator is garbage too. So that was pissing me off. I will say right out the gate, my very first impression on that like X minus 20, whatever that problem was, the super easy one. Like, or actually it was in the test preview. Sorry. Test preview. I did it, and I'm so used to the instant feedback of like, I got this right or I got it wrong. So I kind of like hit the like next button, like waiting for like the fucking funfetti, and I got nothing. And I was really confused. I'm like, wait.
Brain blast funfetti.
What is this?
Dude, what do you think you're going to get on a Scantron? Funfetti?
I just forgot, dude. I've done so many funfettis. But like it made me really appreciate the funfetti because the feedback is immediate versus like I haven't looked at what questions I got right and wrong yet just because I got 44 questions and I don't want to go through all of those.
Right.
I mean, granted, I didn't get that many wrong. But like I guessed on a lot too. But it's just like the instant feedback is instant learning versus like when you got to wait an hour to review everything. I don't even want to review.
Talk about waiting an hour, dude. So our main hypothesis is to do well on a test, ditch the books, ditch the courses. You just need to get in there, take the test, learn what you did wrong, fix it for next time. Dude, we've been getting ready for, signing up, gonna sit down, take the SAT. We've been like preparing to take this practice SAT for the better part of the last 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Right. And that is like something we thought a lot. I mean, that gets into like, how do you make the SAT fun? Because you and I trying to like get our shit together and then get into like the perfect headspace and like block everything out and do this thing for 2.5 hours. It sucked. Right. It sucked so bad. And then imagine someone in like that's going to do like graduate school, right? You're probably in some form of school, or you're working some job, or you're doing both. Amanda Yan, we could talk about our friend. Oh, drop the name. Uh, and you have to like do this practice and studying on the side. So it's like work your full time job. Maybe you're doing school or undergrad, and then in evenings you're going to sit down and do a 2.5 hour Princeton review practice test. Like, come on, it
Right.
sucks. I think that's
Yeah.
why people don't do it as much as
Yeah.
it
I mean,
could.
that's the beauty of Duolingo is they're just little bite-sized lessons you can do in like a minute on the subway or whatever. Same deal with us. Um, yeah, because one thing that was interesting to me is I didn't realize they send you back to back in these modules. Like I thought you'd get some break in between. It's actually the whole test is super condensed. So there's like 2 modules for reading/writing, and then a 10-minute break, and then 2 modules back to back. So 44 questions for the math and stuff. I don't know how many.
It's like
Probably some
70
more.
minutes reading, writing, 10-minute break, 70 minutes math.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I was so zooped. Like the problem
Is
is
it?
module 1, it was 35 per module for whatever math. Like module 1 did that fine. Module 2, it's like harder, and it also seemed like it got progressively harder. Like the last bunch, I really couldn't do. So you're like super zooped because it's been over an hour of you cranking on problems, and it's the hardest problems. And that's when I had pure hatred in my blood.
Yeah,
I
the
was like,
last
I
like
hate this.
8 were really painful.
Yeah. Um, I will say though, like the first couple problems when I see the timer going, it felt and like kind of like we have no real skin in the game still because like we're not getting into college, but like I still felt the pressure of like, oh, this is the real deal. Like we are in it, and it's kind of like basically felt the exact same as seeing the timer in the game when you're playing your friends. I'm like, oh man, if you can learn to control your adrenaline in the game, the test is going to be a breeze. Like you're so used to that feeling already, just your heartbeat doesn't even go up. So I think that actually
And
is
then
really
when you
good.
see problems that have just become like muscle memory, you're just
Right,
like, I got this.
right,
Where I think if we took this 2 weeks ago, I would have just been flailing, like mentally,
yeah, yeah. So
because
this
of
wasn't like a
timer and
super complete baseline. Like we probably would have done worse if we hadn't done.
slightly worse.
But yeah, marginal. Let me see if any takeaways before we
The
reveal
big
anything
reveal.
interesting. Not even fucking interesting. Oh, I will. Did you guess what you got before you looked at it? Like, did you?
No, I felt fairly good though, actually.
Oh,
Like I thought I did average
there are a lot of
or
fill in
slightly
the
above
blanks
average.
too. That was one takeaway because
Dude, and
we
there
have
were a
no
lot.
fill.
There were a lot. That was the thing. Like there were a good amount of them in like the second half of the second module.
Yeah,
And something about like not having any anchoring to multiple choice or like the ability to kind of plug and chug or reason through the answer choices,
yeah,
those sting.
yeah. But they sting everybody, so I guess it all cancels
Yeah.
out. Last thing I'll say is what is cool is when you do complete the test and you get your score, there's a partnership between College Board and Khan Academy. And I'm guessing Sal Khan goes through and solves every problem so you can see exactly what you did and how to improve concepts behind it. So it's kind of like what we're doing, but the feedback is just worse. It's a worse form factor. Doesn't translate as well. Like I think we have something really magical if you can do the problem, get immediate feedback, see the immediate way to do it, and then have analytics cranking versus it takes 2 hours to get like any reasonable information out of it.
Another
And I
conf
don't even
buy.
want to. Yeah.
Another comp buy. It felt really nice to get like your score PDF breakdown
Yeah.
where it has how you did on the
Oh,
thing, your predictive kind of range. It gives you like basically what we're gonna do, but health bars for each subject within math, and then just like the high level overview. How many questions you did, how many you got right, how many you got wrong. Felt like we're intentionally leaving it out of Brain Blast for now so that we can make the core game really good. But I really want my
well,
stats.
I will say this could kind of be part of the core game where when you finish the game, granted you only do maybe like 5 or so problems, there could be like a mini score report.
Yeah. Mini report card.
And then I like the idea too, if there's like a little daily report card, if you do a bunch of games, is your daily report, and then that transfers over to the main stats page.
I mean,
there's a lot there.
The
Stats
reporting
feel nice.
and analytics, it's not, well, I think it is probably more essential than we give it credit for. It's going to be good.
Yeah. At a minimum, I would like to see when we have a problem, what was the difficulty of that problem and what's the category it's in for each question, like after or before potentially we do a problem, seeing that. And then it's like, oh, okay, I clearly don't know trig, and this was a hard trig. Or like even in the answer choices is kind of what I want. For each answer, you see what percentage of people selected each out of everyone that's ever seen that question.
Like a distribution, like a normal distribution.
No.
Oh, what's that line for?
I got to edit my hockey game from last night.
In Premiere Pro?
Yeah. Because we're losing our editors. So Ken, not Ken. Not normal distribution is what I want to say.
Like Ken.
I don't know how he got roped into that.
Short circuit.
There could be a normal distribution. I don't know. There's something there, but like the easier thing is like 70% said A, 20% B, 10% C, whatever. 0% D, I guess. All right, dude. Anything else before we reveal who's smarter once and for all?
Stupid reveal.
No, dude, not stupid.
I got to give credit where credit's due. Actually, like I think College Board, the freaking portal, the platform is actually decent.
Yeah, it got a lot of hate. It got like 1-star reviews.
Yeah, in the App Store.
Yeah,
probably because you have to jump through like 18 screens to sign up as a College Board student, and then like it should probably just be a web app. I don't get that. Yeah, why isn't it just a web app?
Gatekeeping.
But yeah, it was pretty slick. Yeah. It was pretty slick.
Maybe because they want you to have it download. I don't know if you can bring your own computer or something, but I think it shuts down another program. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's there's a lot of friction versus just imagine you just download an app and it's just you just start playing. It's like, oh, fuck, dude. You don't have to buy any books. Don't have to watch any Khan Academy. It's just all in the app, baby. Scores, dude. Scores
on the doors. Jinx.
You finished first, dude. What did you think you got when?
What's average? 600.
Probably.
I felt like, and I did Pearl Module 1, so I felt really good about that. And I crushed about half of Module 2, so I was feeling 11 years out the gate, like I was slightly above average. Scored a 710 out of 800.
Which is probably significant. I don't know what that actually is in the distribution. That's probably good. That's probably top 20%.
Oh, we could ask ChatGPT. He's competitive. What do I say?
Well,
what percentile is a 710 on SAT math portion? Drum roll, please. 95th percentile.
Really?
Yes,
Fucking forget how dumb everyone is.
Oh.
Went from top 20% to top 5%, just like
negative.
That. You're top 5. Well, forgot how smart you were. Sorry, I'll invert that, dude. But really, the problems didn't seem that hard. But we're also 28 and 27. What did I get, dude? I thought I got basically the same as you, a little above average, probably like a 620 is what I wrote as my guess.
Oh, little above average.
Well, I think when I was in that world of hate at the end of module 2, and I couldn't get a single one of the last like 5 problems, I got really pissed, and I thought I
or
was
even
really
know what's going on at all.
Dude, loop-de-loops, dude. I had no idea what was going on. I actually scored drum roll 730.
Oh,
I guess 730.
Oh wait,
Pretty good.
I put
That's pretty good.
720
Thanks,
in
dude.
ChatGPT, so 730
Oh,
is probably the 96th to 7th percentile.
not bad.
Good work. Um,
How does that make
huh.
you feel?
So
It makes me feel really
28-year-olds.
good because I'll tell you what. No, don't wrap it up yet. I will tell you what. You beat me about 90% of games in the app, and I beat you by one question. I think I got like a 38 out of 44 or
How
something.
many did you guess on? I probably guessed on the not the last,
Uh,
but like ran out of time on like 5 or 6.
yeah, I guessed on at least 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like the last 5 or 6. So I
And
guess
you
it
know
does
what's
kind of
cool
go easy to hard.
with Brain Blast? I think all right, so we both got like 5 to 7 wrong or whatever, guessed on them. Once you look at the explanations and with kind of like Brain Blast drilling, we could probably cut that number in half the next practice test we took. Get like 4 wrong.
Well, okay, so
Oh, and he's
yeah,
back.
this is I don't you can't wrap me up. This is what's interesting to me, kind of like Krishna's concern, where if you're good, you're in that top 3 percentile, uh, you really don't need to do easy and mediums. Like they're good for your ego, but like you're gonna module 1, you're gonna get 100% right. I might have gotten one wrong actually, but like you're gonna fucking crush that. So like it's not even worth your time to do those problems unless you just want to feel good.
They are really fun
Really,
in our app. We got my sister addicted, and she hates math.
yeah.
She's like,
And,
it's just really fun to do easy algebra problems and get the dopamine. She literally said, like, the dopamine hit.
right. And so it is still cool too. Like we can race, so like it's all relative,
Right.
Um,
Right.
but like I think the difference maker in score isn't coming from doing that marginally faster. It's coming from knowing what the fuck to do for the 10 hard problems that you get, and that's the big difference. Like you shouldn't mess up on any of the others. So it's kind of a little irony in the game. I guess 1/3 of the problems, if we do even split easy, medium, hard, there are ways to solve this, but it's just something to keep in mind of like the ways for us to improve are just doing hard, but you also want to get people playing the game.
Right. Like our goal, our North Star is to make SAT prep fun. And I don't know about you, but like I wouldn't actually find it particularly fun to only like sit down and go over and figure out how to do these 10 hardest problems that I don't know how to do. What's fun about Brain Blast is in giving me dopamine hits of easy, medium, boom, I'm now willing to like do a hard problem in the app without it even feeling like I'm studying for the SAT. So is it 100% effective? 100% effective is I sit down and only figure out the hard stuff. But that sucked. I did that every Sunday in high school. It was like the worst day of my life.
Right. Yeah, so there's some balance, like my motto, our motto, whatever, written on the board, 80% as effective but 10 times as fun. Kind of fits into that. But I do think there's like, if I really cared about efficiently studying, I would be like, just give me only hard problems.
But then also, aren't most of people in the 50th percentile? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, but the people that are going to pay for test prep are usually in the top 10, 20%.
Okay,
At least
interesting.
that's my guess.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that care the most. So yeah, the game could go super viral with everybody, but like the real people that are going to pay. And granted, I think that kind of the ironic thing is, I think a big monetization thing for us will be like just like Dirt skins and stuff like that. Once people care about Dirt, which probably appeals to more general audience than like pay for advanced analytics, which would only appeal to like the top people. Yeah, I don't fully know. I can just see if we do a solo, there's just like a hard mode. Like you can just select like hard mode or like there's some solution there, which we'll have to consider. But all right, before full wrap, any other takeaways from you for like?
No, so the whole
changes
point of
things?
this was we're now going to basically use Brain Blast as a study tool for who knows how long, probably a month. Until it's kind of rolled out to a first high school, and then we'll sit for another SAT exam, maybe a real one in a library. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, I think.
But then doesn't it take forever to get results back? Like that's gonna take
It takes
another
like 2 to 4
month.
weeks. I mean, we have another couple practice exams that we can do, so might as well just do those because it's the same.
Yeah.
I will say we had to figure out how our scores translate. Like originally, I don't think we talked about this in the pod, but like we kind of went with the Derd wit, which means like how to get a predictive SAT score.
Yeah, explain that one.
Dirt fucking. You see
Take
that?
it back.
Distribution.
Yeah, I saw the normal curve.
Fucking.
What's that alarm?
I snoozed it. Because we were trying to wrap a bow and then the bow's 10 minutes. Basically we want to do a predictive SAT score, which like the right way to do it would be like you get scores in the game, then you get like when people actually take the test, what's their real score, and then you do some fucking regression to figure out. It's like some complicated modeling. The Derd wit, which is like what is just the if it were easy solution, is just tell me how many I got right, like what percentage, and then we just map that to a score. So if you get 100%, you get an 800. If you get 80%, you get a 650, and then whatever all the way down. So I don't know. We got to kind of figure out that mapping. I don't know if it's going to map super well, but it at least will give somebody a taste of something. Fucking vote. No, don't. Fuck, dude. Dude, you don't know how stressful it is? Because I have other threads.
You had an opportunity to Gardaloo me like 7 minutes ago, but you
I didn't want to, dude. I had more
so
thoughts
I'm left
in my
with
head.
that piddly widdly.
No, okay, here's the problem. This is why people have filler. They have fillers. It's like and us because they're going to get Gardalooed. So unless I make some noises, you're going to Gardaloo me. If I have a 2-second pause and some fucking takeaways, but whatever.
Get wrecked.